I'm Eric Latif. President William Ruto's UDA party has dismissed the possibility of amending the constitution to extend the term of a president. This is after Fafi MP Salah Yakub, who was elected on a UDA ticket, claimed that a group of MPs were working on a legislative proposal to remove the two-term limit and replace it with an age limit of 75. Our senior political affairs reporter Jeff Kirui explains opposition MPs say that any attempts will be met with stiff resistance.
After an uproar over sentiments by UDA Fafi MP Salah Yakub, there are a section of UDA legislators who are working on a constitutional amendment bill to replace the two-term limit with an age limit of 75 years that essentially seeks to extend President William Ruto's term in office. Ruto's UDA party has distanced itself from the claims, as National Assembly Majority Whip Silvana Sosoro says the party has never met or proposed any amendments to the constitution.
We are reviewing his sentiments. He might face disciplinary action for in the party because he must follow the party structures to do communication. From where I sit as the party whip, I have not been told to whip my members to extend the presidential term limit.
And even though UDA has dismissed the claims, opposition MPs read an elaborate scheme they say is aimed at gauging the reaction of Kenyans.
You send a small squirrel to test for you the waters, whether there is maize in the granary. We know each other. That's what the young man was doing. But I want to advise them that they can postpone that for another day. We know it is coming, and we are waiting for it. We know one day, before this term ends, that matter will come, either through parliament or through another means. We are waiting for it.
Any attempt to create a life presidency in this country, like the one we see obtaining in Uganda, shall be resisted vigorously.
The minority party should find other things to respond to other than the imaginations of the Fafi Member of Parliament sentiments. So we can't, I'll tell them to get busy. There are so many things to be busy about. Get it from me, there is no such talk.
According to Article 255 of the Constitution, any amendments to the Supreme Law touching on the term of president, among other protected clauses, will have to be subjected to a referendum.
So that tells you the drafters were so keen to make it sure that this is one of the provisions that are so much protected to make it difficult for any person to just tamper with. When you talk about the term of office of the president under Article 255, the moment you touch on that, the question of referendum comes in.
The debate has attracted the eye of the opposition in the neighboring Uganda. National Union Platform Party leader Bobi Wine cautioning Kenyans. In a tweet, Bobi Wine says this may come off as a lone MP making ridiculous suggestion, but this is how it starts.
Ruto is a friend of Museveni. He is now reading from Museveni's power book, because this is how it started in Uganda. One MP comes up and says, then some other people talk about it, and the next thing you hear that the constitution has been changed.
We knew all along that President Ruto was envious of the record that has been set by his close friend Yoweri Museveni across the borders.
The term limit was introduced to the Kenyan Constitution in 1992. The late President Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi was the last to enjoy the unlimited terms. The 2010 Constitution made it harder to reintroduce it. Jeff Kirui, KTN News.
Kenya Airways pilots who have been on strike for 4 days have now been ordered to return to work. The Employment and Labor Relations Court has ordered the pilots